and welcome to Tamela and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday podcast. We are back this first week of 2023. Let us know how you are down in the chat. How's it going? How was your end of the year celebrations? Me and Tamela have been talking a lot about different things here on the podcast, and we definitely want to get into what we are leaving behind in 2023. So I did you know, like a new year. They have different people do challenges and different things like that. And so I started one, and normally like people are like setting goals, projecting what they want to do. Like last year is over, but this one it was like instead of doing all of the projections of what you wanted to do in the future, it was like, what did you accomplish last year? And I thought that was like so profound because once something ends, once the day ends, I don't normally just go back and be like, all right, what did I accomplish this day or what did I accomplish this week? And the fact that it was like, go back and look at the whole year, like scroll down into your pictures until January of 2022 and just write down all of the moments that you were happy or sad or, go through your texts and emails and different things like that. So, what do you think was like one thing that truly excited you about 2022, Tamela?
What excited me about 2022? That's a good question. Can I come back to it? Because I can't really think of anything
Yes, you
right off the
definitely can
top of
come
my
back
head.
to
Well,
it.
I woke up. That's one thing. I
All
woke
right,
up
that's
in
good. That's a good one.
2022 and I'm still here in 2023. But I think I need a little bit of more time to think about it. What was your number one thing that excited you for 2022, Taylor?
Um, Being grateful for life.
Yes.
I realized when I went back in my pictures that I was in the hospital with one of my children at this time last year, and I had completely forgotten about it. And one big thing that it brought to me was that I was so stressed and just worried and not stressed and worried, but I was just uncertain about the time because I was in the hospital with him. And so I'm just like, wow, it's been a year. He hasn't been back to the hospital for that reason. And then it starts to be like, wow, you prayed for that to happen. And then you started like a spiral of like gratefulness. So that was one of my big things. I took a lot of accountability in my business, as far as paying for things to keep track of my numbers.
Yeah.
So I realized that I made a lot of money last year, more than I made in previous years. And so just yeah, taking accountability, signing up for things that are going to be profitable for my business, health, strength. I'm excited for
Yes.
all of those things that happened in 2022. Miss Eileen says she's happy for her fellowship for her 62nd birthday party with my spiritual sisters and the presence with the Lord.
Oh,
Amen.
that's
I
all
know they
right.
had
I
a
love
good
it.
time. She put all her grandchildren out and was like, I'm not watching y'all all weekend. And we was like, really? Just gonna kick us
Well
off the
deserved, Miss
curb and
Eileen.
go
Well
do it?
deserved.
No, I love her. She truly helps with so many aspects of making this come together. And she is a faithful subscriber. She is here every week,
Every week.
chatting it up
We
with
love
us.
you, Miss Eileen.
Yeah, hoping that we
Cheers to
have the
you.
best time.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I didn't really
So,
think, as you were you finished? I'm sorry. You got more?
yeah, no, no,
Tell
no.
me
I'm
more.
listening.
So, um, you know, if I come back a little bit later, if not in this broadcast, in another broadcast, I will tell you what was exciting about my 2022 year. But I will tell you that we have definitely had some great successes in
Mm-hmm.
our podcast. So I'm excited
True,
about
true,
that.
true.
We've had the top six viewed podcast that included, I think one was your Oops, what you learned. I think it was this year or sorry, last year.
Yeah.
That one was a top rated video that was replayed on our podcast. The ridiculous ice cream sandwiches was a big one. The Easter Bunny demo I did, I don't even remember. It seems like it was like 3 years ago.
I know
But
it
that
goes
was
by
one that
so
was viewed.
fast,
Huh?
especially it goes by so fast, especially when you're like continuously, you're like, all right. I'm like, how do Monday get here so fast in general? And then you got to like plan out different steps every day, to get this podcast to come together by Tuesday. And we're like, what? It's Tuesday again? It's
I
it's
mean, we
serious.
put in more work than I thought that we did. We had a great year, and I think all of our podcasts are why aren't everybody flocking to them, right? Why isn't it number one on the podcast list? But I realize that with doing something like this, you're not going to hit it out of the park on the first day, or even the 30th day, or even in the second year. So we are in our third year of doing Tamela and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday. You can find us on many platforms in different variations. I am not going to start 2023 naming all the links and stuff like that. But definitely you can find us here on YouTube at 5T Podcast. And I'm glad that we shortened it in a way because it just makes it a little bit easier for all of you to find us. So, but yeah, I'm grateful that we do have a following on our platform on YouTube and our Facebook group by Tamlin Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday. And we have some exciting things coming up for you in the upcoming year. I'll do a shameless plug for two things. I want to say first, if you want to be a part of our podcast on each fifth Sunday of this year,
Tuesday.
please reach out to us on YouTube here, send us a message, DM us, or something like that. And also that we have released, sorry, I'm so excited. So excited. We released our volume 2 cookbook, podcast desserts. And I put it in the chat that, where you can get your digital download of 4 wonderful books that we have available, cookbooks for sweet treats and such. And we also have listed in those books in our podcast desserts, volume 1 and 2, creator tips, professional creator tips, as well as business tips that we have talked about over the year of each volume. So, most of those recipes are from our demonstrations that we have over the year. Okay. And we collect those together and we give you in detail how to create those wonderful treats that we present here on the platform. So, on our podcast. So, with that, I guess I'm happy about that. I'm excited about my volume 2. I'm volume 2 podcast desserts cookbook. So, there, we got it.
Yes, and while we're at it, we did not introduce ourselves for today, but we hope that you know us if you have scrolled across this channel. I am Taylor, owner of Taylor's Kitchen, located in Albion, Michigan, where we make custom sweet treats for your special occasions. Tamla?
And I am Tamela. I am owner of Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. I am available at Torlitas. That's T as in Tuesday, Orlitas. And guess what? I am still a Buckeye. Okay. Regardless of what just happened, I'm still a Buckeye.
Tamla's reflection of her love for Ohio State throughout the year. I bet we can do like a whole compilation of Tamela's love for
I'm
Ohio
still a
State.
Buckeye.
She's like, I'm a diehard fan, and I want everybody to know. Okay, I want you all to recognize that this is. Yes, I forgot to turn on my light. All right, all right. So let us know in the chat. What are you leaving behind in 2022? Big Guy Journey said, I am leaving this fat in 2022. That is a great way to look at it. He is
That's a
shedding
good one.
some
Leave this
pounds
fat in
in
2022,
2022.
and I don't want it back.
Right? I think that's a very big one that people do. Like they're like, yeah, this year I'm gonna lose all my pounds. I'm gonna get fit and I'm gonna get right. But my question to you is, what is one thing that you're gonna do to make that become an actual success in 2022? Because when I was going through like the papers and they were asking all these questions and they were like, did you accomplish your goals? How do you feel you could have done better in accomplishing them? Like, did you actually have a plan for your year? Or how do you even look at goals? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why he said it's not a resolution. That's why I'm saying it's not a resolution. So, what are you going to be doing either daily or weekly or monthly to be leaving that fat behind in 2022? He says he's going to stop eating. That's good. That's good. Eating
Stop
less
eating? Is that possible? Stop eating?
is definitely, you can definitely eat less,
You can
and you can
modernize
do
what you eat,
things
but
such
stop
as
eating?
fasting. Some people do like liquid diets, different things like that. CTW coaching says, I'm leaving behind unbelief in myself
Oh,
and
that's a
I'm
good one.
leaving procrastination in 2022. That is a big one. I'm not putting that comment up there. Okay, so she's leaving behind procrastination in 2022, and she's leaving behind unbelief in herself. I think those are very, very good ones. Do you struggle with any of those, Tamela, or do you? How do you feel about those two? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, say it again.
Do you believe? I said so. CTW coaching says she's leaving behind procrastination and unbelief in herself in 2022. And I said, how do you feel about those two? Do you have any struggles with them, or do you think? What do you think? Do you think those
Well,
are
I
good
think
things to
those
leave
are,
behind?
yeah, those are both valid. I think even for me, one of the things I do realize is that I pack my schedule
Mm-hmm.
with things, and sometimes I trip over myself trying to get those things accomplished. So I think a better layout of planning per week or per month would be very beneficial for somebody like me.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule things in like healthcare, taking better care of yourself, planning meals, okay, scheduling podcasts, because I have another business that I do, scheduling graphics. Those are things that you can do that you don't have to do at the moment.
Right.
And knowing how to do those things is very beneficial to anybody that's in business and that has another life, that has other things that you're doing in your life. I think that the other part of that is that we do demos on 5T podcast. And I'd like to do my demos, plan them out so I know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I need as far as ingredients or tools or things like that. And so I am, 100% showing up every time and giving my best, even though sometimes I've limped through some of the podcasts. I'm just really excited that I get an opportunity to come every week and share what I know.
Yes.
Most people know that I do know a lot, but there's also a time for me to schedule in relaxation, and that's something I don't do.
Right.
And I think having a passion for business, having a passion for creative things that I do and having that outlet as a creative person. Although it's wonderful and it's not like business to me, I
Mhm.
enjoy what I do, but I can overdo the joy, if that makes sense. But, hopefully I can schedule in some me time, in life.
I think those are very, very good points. So, Big Guy Journey said, "Why did you skip my comment?" I skipped his comment because I do not want to promote starvation and and vomiting after meals. Okay,
Jeez, what?
because why do we have to go to such extremes? Okay, it's people that really struggle with those things, and I know that you won't do that because you have the mental fortitude to not do that. But I
We're
also
not
know
doing
that it
that, big
is
guy.
people that
Nobody's
watch
doing
me that
that.
are under 18 years old and they have never thought of those things happening. That is why I skipped your comment, Big Guy Journey. But I will put this that I skipped it with the explanation up there. All right, so we're leaving behind some procrastination, some unbelief in ourselves, some scheduling issues. Is this like a therapy session? Maybe we need 5T therapy session. Uh, cook some chicken. He's gonna eat. So, big guy Journey. Eileen Williams basically said she don't believe you, and if she go cook some chicken, you're gonna eat some, okay? Because that's what you do. That's the pattern, all right. Um, so we're leaving behind lots of things in 2022 that aren't relevant to our success. We're thankful for you guys coming on here. Don't forget to like and to share. And if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, maybe y'all can make a Torlitas pineapple upside down cupcake. Mm, that doesn't sound too bad.
Sounds
Pineapple
good.
is my favorite fruit. I love
Does Big
pineapple
Guy
upside
have
down.
any recipes that he like to throw out for better eating and weight
Oh
loss?
yeah, because he has many intolerances. I would like to see Big Guy Journey try to bake something. Maybe we should have you on as a guest and you should bake something for 2000. Oh. All right. CTW coaching says I'm leaving indecisiveness, meaning I'm making decisions and sticking to them. That is good. That's
That's a good
very
one.
good. Uh, Big Guy Jerry said my mom is trying to trap us into staying fat. Oh my gosh! I wish you guys get it together. She do make good chicken, but we not gonna just say she trapping us into staying fat. All right. Eileen Williams said, "Good job to Kayla on her goals, her goals and aberrations for 2023." So we want you guys to just take a moment and reflect on all of the things that happened last year. Go through your photos, starting January 1st, calls, text messages, emails. If you journal every day, go through your journal and just realize how much you've overcome, how
Mm.
much you pressed through, or if you didn't overcome anything or you didn't press through, try to find ways so that you can be able to do that this year. A very good book that I will recommend is Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice.
Mhm.
That's one book that I read last year. It's like a spinoff of Napoleon Hill, but it's by Dennis Kimbrough. And I think it's really important for entrepreneurs or people in general, people that are struggling with certain things, just to find somebody that was already successful in the area that you want to be successful in and try to learn as much from them as possible. I think reading is a very fundamental tool to do that, and that Dennis Kimbrough, Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice, is a great book. Or the first one by Napoleon Hill. Do that. Go through those things. Be happy about where you've come from.
That's a good book. I'm going to have to reread that one. Another book that I would recommend is Who Moved My Cheese, if
I
you've
never
ever
heard of
read
that
that one.
before.
It's
Oh,
about not waiting for somebody else to do something, you do it. That's pretty much
mm,
the meat of the story. It's a quick read,
yeah,
and but it's a really good thing to kind of remind yourself if you're waiting around for someone else to do something, what's in your power, what's in your hand. That's scripture,
right.
right? So, make sure that that's another quick read. I think it would probably take you less than a day
Hmm.
to read that book. Probably a good 30 minutes, if that much, if you're a fast reader.
Yeah,
So check that out as well. What
I
did Big
think
Guy
that is
say?
awesome. So last night we all sat down and played Cash Flow, and so he is just announcing that he won Cash Flow. Okay, we played the game and he won. So he's
Oh,
like, tell him how I beat y'all in Cash Flow. Now I
oh, never
think
heard of that game.
Cash Flow is a game that is like strictly about real life because
Oh, I have to
you
check it out.
yeah, it's about you being inside of a rat race. And inside of that rat race, you can have children, you can have big deals or small deals. And you have to make your passive income more than your expenses. Everybody gets a career at the beginning of the game, and you have set expenses. And so you have to be able to make your passive income more than your expenses in order to be out of the rat race. It teaches you lots of different things about life, and it was awesome. We had a good time, lots of laughs. Eileen said, "That's what I can do. I can start a daily journal." I think that's very good. I do a journal on my phone, and it send me a prompt. I set it for like 6 p.m., 6 a.m., and 9 p.m. And it just says, "Did you do your journal for today?" And if you guys haven't checked it out, I did like a morning routine video. I want to say maybe in like October. And I talked about all of the different things that I do in the morning to help me get started for the day. And guys can go check that out, or we will put it in the card. Um, CTW Coaching said the Millionaire Mind is the essential read for anyone in business or in life in general. I really like that book as well. The Millionaire Mind. Who Moved the Cheese is a really good book, quick and simple to read. Who Moved My Cheese? Yes, Who Moved My Cheese? And a lot of these books, too, if you don't want to read them, you can do Audible, or a lot of people read the books out loud on YouTube. And so if you have YouTube, just type in Audible of this book, and then you can also listen to them that way.
Okay.
Do you guys know there's a movie called Rat Race? Really? I never heard of it. Now we got another thing to do when it's like family time. We always play games and like hang out. We normally do it on Sunday, but yesterday we did it on Monday because everybody had time off. I would like to hear more about this movie called Rat Race. So we are leaving behind many things in 2022, but one thing that is going to be consistent is family, learning and growing and sticking together. For me, I hope that that is the same for you all. Do you have anything else you want to leave us with, Tamela?
Yeah.
You good? Had a good year? All
I
right.
could hope you didn't ask me a question.
Did you
I was zoned out thinking about so many great things. So what was
let
your
us
question
know? Let
again?
us know your great things, Tamela. We need to know your great things.
Well, it's personally, I can say that time waits for no one, okay? And if you have something that you want to do it. You don't have to have it all together to do it.
True.
You don't
True.
have to have all the lights and bells and whistles in the right shirt, in the right background, even though those things are important. Okay, let's not get it twisted. But if you want to do something, try it. Try, try and fail. You don't have to try and succeed. That's the ultimate thing to be successful, right? But
Mhm.
just try and sometimes expect it's not going to work out. And it's okay. It's okay if it's not going to work out. But at least try. And one of the things that I will say is that I know what I'm excited about for 2022. I forgot. So much has happened in my 2022 that are things I want to leave behind.
Mhm.
But one bright moment I can say is that I am officially registered with the United States um, Patent and Trademark Office for Torlitas. I have a registered R by Torlitas.
Congratulations!
So I am thoroughly excited about that. It's a moment that I have always wanted for my in my entire life. I've always wanted to go down in history. If anybody looked up my name, they said, "Oh, there was a lady named Tamela, and she had a U.S. patent and trademark." So I am thoroughly. I'm going to do a nice reveal about that. But I am just so excited and ecstatic about a life goal, and that is one of my life goals was to have. And now I'm not finished. I am definitely not finished, but I do have one that's registered, so I'm really excited about that.
That is awesome. That is very, very
Yeah.
awesome. Big Guy Journey said, "Time waits for no one" in my old white man voice. So good job.
What?
Congratulations. Congratulations
Okay.
on
All
getting your
right.
patent
I think Big
for
Guy needs
it.
his own podcast.
He has one, and you know what it's called?
What?
Can you possibly guess the name of this podcast? I'm gonna let you get one good guess. You tell us.
Big Guy Journey?
No, it is not. That is his YouTube channel. You guys go and follow his YouTube channel. That is at Big Guy Journey. But the name of his podcast is Fat, Broke, and Single. And if you guys would like to laugh,
No, I wouldn't have
if
got that
you
one. I wouldn't have got
guys
that title.
would like
That
to
was
laugh,
that was the
I
next
would
thing I was
like
going to
for
say.
you to
Yeah, that was the
go
next thing I was going to
on
say.
Anchor or other streaming podcast platforms and check out his podcast. It is called Fat, Broken, Single. Um, yes, yes,
It
it is
looks like it
hilarious.
actually sounds kind of fun.
Right? It does. I think so. It's definitely fun. CTW coaching says, can you talk about your big goals for 2023? So what is one that you have, Tamela?
For 5T.
Yeah, it
So
can
some
be
things that we
5T.
have been, and I'll make this really quick because it's it's behind the scenes kind of conversation. But for 5T, we want to be able to maybe create a summer cookbook for all of you. And we want to do themed demonstrations. So maybe for the summer, maybe around a color, maybe around, just all sugar, a chocolate, or maybe all around, a salt and sweet or something like that. We want to start doing themed podcasts. So it's kind of grouping together. We're not all over the place.
Mhm.
And I know a couple of things that we tried in 2022 as far as the workshops. I think we could have done a better job, and I think we talked about this, a better job at making sure people were aware what we were going to do, and we kind of fell short on that. Although we went ahead and did those things, and if you want to check them out, please go to I think they're on our website. Is that right, Taylor?
Yes,
If
they
that, we'll
should
put them
be
on
on
there.
our easy tree, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do more marketing, more. Let us know down in the comments if you guys would like specific, like mini cookbooks throughout the year. Let us know if you would like that for different themes. We'll also be posting some polls in our community tab so that we can get you guys what you would like for this new year. All right. So, what is your personal goal for tour leaders? Do you have or want they digital because you're a multifaceted person? You
A
have anything
personal
set up
goal
yet?
of mine,
Yeah.
a personal goal would be to live. and that's all encompassing. Live.
Good, good. A couple of goals for me is to have a cake and buttercream line by the end of the year. That is a very big goal for me. Um, Also to enjoy the fruits of my labor, like Tamla has said. Um, just be present and enjoy all of the moments that are happening so fast. Even like the game we played last night, it seemed like the game was taking forever, but once it was over, we sat there and talked for like another 45 minutes because it was like, what were we rushing through the game for when we were still gonna, enjoy each other's presence? So just being in the moment, enjoying each other's presence, and knocking out my goals one day at a time. I think that is what I have planned for 2023. Don't forget
Sounds
to like this
wonderful.
video and share with somebody and ask them the question when you see them this year because, yes, last year is done, but we all could use some reflection and ask them what are they leaving behind in 2022. And you can even ask this to your children. You can ask
Mhm.
this, to your coworker because it really makes you stop and think about going forward. Like, some people say they woke up and 20 years went by. And at first, when I was like smaller, I was like, how did you wake up and 20 years went by? But if you don't really take the time to ask yourself these, small questions, journey. Black, no tray back. If you don't take your time and ask these questions, we just don't want 20 years to go by of our lives and we not experience life and travel and smile and be happy and laugh and grow our businesses. So that's what we got planned for 2023. And we need to hear more podcasts from Big Guy Journey. We need to see him more on social media because obviously he's hilarious. So we need
Yeah, he
more of
is
that.
funny.
Okay. We need a lot more of that in 2023. So
Absolutely.
we hope that answered your question, Coach Tequila. Make sure that you
Yeah.
guys comment on the polls that we do them. He said, good podcast, lady. All right, we got another goal for Eileen Williams. Her big goal is going to the Virgin Islands this year. We hope that you make it there, Miss Eileen. She's been traveling. I don't know if it's like how you get like bit by a bug and you be like, oh man, I did it one time and now I need to go more and more and more. That's what she's on. But she's been doing great things. I'm happy she's
Good.
going places. Got her passport. She's ready to
Good.
travel. I love it. Big Guy Journey said, good podcast, ladies. Thank you very much. Thank you for lightening the
Thank
mood and
you.
making people laugh on today. All right,
Yeah.
sir.
We need more of that laughter.
With that being said, we want you guys to have a blessed week. You can find us on all social media platforms at 5T Podcast. Don't forget to check out our bundle of all four of our ebooks we have available for only $19.97. It's a digital download. You can go to easytree.me/treat Talk Tuesday. If you would like to be a guest on our podcast, you can email us at treattalktuesday@gmail.com. And we just would like to say bye. Have a blessed week.
Bye. Happy 2023.
That's good. Write that book, Memoirs of a Traveling Granny. That's good. You be grandma to everybody you meet, okay? Love you guys.
Go for
Bye.
it. Bye bye.